There we go. I got it. Okay.
Awesome.
So hello everybody. We are the Story Sunbirds, a kidlit collective of authors and illustrators whose mission is to cultivate a dynamic and inclusive community rooted in justice, anti-racism, and anti-colonialism. And 1 year ago today, the children of Gaza held a press conference outside of Al-Shifa Hospital to ask for an end to the war. And today we're taking part in a Children's Day of Action. It's a multi-organizational, multi-day effort to commemorate that day. And our action is a day-long read-aloud. And we have amazing authors and illustrators for you all day who will present every 20 minutes until 7 p.m. this evening, and you can find the lineup in the chat. And we are also raising money for the Middle East Children's Alliance. Your donation will provide essential services like shelter, food, clean water, medical and psychological aid, and children's programming to Palestinian families. So be on the lookout for the link in the chats throughout the day. And when you email us a receipt of your donation, you'll be entered into a signed book giveaway from some of our presenting authors and illustrators. So if you have any questions from our guest, Christine Suggs, we will put them in the Q&A at the end, and we'll be able to sit and have answer those. But right now, we welcome Christine.
All
And
right, awesome. Hi there. My name's Christine Suggs. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I'm actually in a different setup. I'm staying in Houston right now for an author event. So pardon if, my setup isn't totally aces today. So we're figuring it out. First off, I want to thank Story Sunbirds for having me. The author community I find to be so welcoming and inspiring. And I'm just very honored that they would ask me to be a part of it in this way. And today I'm going to be doing some drawing for y'all, just a little tutorial on how to draw my favorite thing in the world, which is cats. And you may be like, Christine, this isn't like that important. What are you doing? And I would just say, like, let me give an example. I went to an author event last night at a middle school, and I was there to talk about my book, Aimiha, and to get the kids to engage, I just started like giving away free drawings, and I was like, name an animal, and I'll draw it for you. And then eventually the kids started saying, "Can you draw me?" And I was like, you know what? I don't normally do portraits because like it's really hard to do that on the fly, but I was like, sure. And it took, you know, 30 seconds of my time, and it made a kid's day. And if I can do that for somebody, then that means I had a good day. And so I guess this is really just to say, like, I think people look at creatives and they wonder, like, how do you do it? Where do you get the ideas? Where do you get the time? Where do you get the passion? It's starting really small, and so that's what we're going to do today: is start really small, by drawing something really, really simple. And maybe this is just for you. Maybe this is for your child. Maybe this is a gift, whatever it is. But it's going to bring a little bit of joy into the world, which we desperately need. And this is to get you thinking about what are your talents that you have that may seem small and unimportant, but how can you translate that into something larger? For myself, I've been doing a lot of comics about Gaza and raising money for mutual aid efforts there, highlighting services like community kitchens, and programs that bring formula to new mothers and their babies. And it's been really life-changing work. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to switch over to whiteboard mode, and we'll do some drawing. All right, I'm going to stop my video because I'm going to have to draw on this, and it's going to be weird angles. It's going to be very unflattering. Okay, we all see the whiteboard.
Yeah, we can see it.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start with a really, really simple drawing first, and then we'll move to a more advanced one. So this is actually how I sign my books because my signature is really ugly. It's just like a squiggle. So to make people feel like they got something out of it, I also draw a little cat on every drawing. Or on every book, rather. So the way this works, you're going to draw two parallel lines. however wide you want your cat's head to be, that's how wide you're going to make your lines. Then you're going to go in at the top and draw kind of a rounded triangle shape. Now I bet you can figure out what we're going to do next. We're just going to connect those with a curved line. This is when it gets fun. You get to add a face. So you can do really simple little dots, kind of, you know, Mario style, just really simple guys. If you want to make it sassy, you can make him wink. If you want to, maybe the cat just ate something really sour, you can do greater than, less than signs. You can also be like me and do anime eyes, which are my favorite. And all you do there is basically draw a comma on its side. Boom, eyes. The mouth is just going to be a little W. You can add to it. You can add a tongue sticking out if you want. And now we can accessorize. We have the whiskers. We can add, let's say, a cowboy hat if you're in Texas like me. Don't actually own a cowboy hat, but you know. You can add stripes. Maybe he's a tabby cat like my cat. There you go. You've got yourself a simple little cowboy cat. So there's the first option, and you can do lots of stuff with this. I love just like asking students, you know, add accessories. What do you want? And an easy one you can add is sunglasses. I love drawing sunglasses like this. So what you do is you draw a straight line. Then you turn that straight line into two triangles. Boom, you've got glasses. Here, I actually think the highlighter might work for this. Let's see, let's go with a fun color. And then you just shade it. Don't color all of it in. That way it looks kind of reflective. Boom. You got a party cat ready to do some partying. Okay, so that's the simple cat. Oh, sorry about that. That was my alarm. Make sure I'm awake. I'm awake. Great. Okay, so that's the really simple version of a cat. If you're like, wow, Christine, that was too easy. I want something harder. All right, you got it. So we're going to sketch for this one. So for this, I'm actually going to use the highlighter tool just to grab a really light color so I can do kind of an underdrawing. So to start, we are going to do kind of a squashed oval shape. All right. And we're going to split that in half both ways. Oops, that was really crooked. I'm going to try that again. There we go. And now we're going to draw the ears on top, just little triangles. Oops, sorry, I'm not used to this drawing program, clearly. I heard screen share was a bit laggy, so we're trying the whiteboard today. All right, some nice rounded triangles here for the ears. All right, and then let's do the eyes. If you want your cat's eyes to be closed, you're done, basically. You can just add a mouth, call it a day. If you want to add pupils, though, you can do that. All right, now that we've got the sketch down, we're going to go over it with pen, finish it off. So I'm just going to go over it like this. Another thing I've been doing lately is commissions, portraits. So if someone donates to a GoFundMe that benefits a family in Gaza, I will draw a portrait of their pets or their family, and that's been a really gratifying way to connect with people who care about this issue. I think we're all trying to think of ways right now that we can be helpful to our community and engage with our community. And it really is just a matter of putting yourself out there and trying things. And sometimes they'll work and sometimes they won't. So it's a process, and it's one that I am definitely still learning. And one that I want to get better at. And I'm challenging myself to continue to find new ways to be involved. All right, so that's a little more advanced cat. You can see we added nice shine to the eyes. You can tell I really liked anime as a child. We've got this little curve here for the ears. That's a nice way to make it feel a little more 3D. Added hair inside the ears. I'm going to go ahead and make this my cat, who is a beautiful orange tabby man. So tabbies, they tend to have kind of an M shape. You see that? So that's kind of how you can draw stripes. They also usually have pretty eyeliner. My cat, I call him the Little Prince. So I'm going to draw his crown because he's a king. Okay, so there we go. We got a couple different ways to draw a cat depending on how ambitious you're feeling. This is just using the whiteboard program in Zoom. You can do this with traditional pen and paper, colored pencils, whatever you have around. If you're a digital artist, very easy to do this on digital platforms as well. But yeah, I just want to, bring in a little bit of joy and encourage you to spread that joy and spread your talent, more importantly, whatever it may be. Even if it's something as silly as drawing cats, you can still find a way to make that impactful for somebody and find a way to funnel that energy into a cause. So hopefully that's what I did today. So are there any questions or should I just keep drawing cats?
We can take some questions. Should we? Can you put your video
Yeah,
on?
absolutely. Let me rearrange myself again.
That was great. I love the Little Prince. That was amazing.
Thank you. I'm very
So if
proud
you
of
have
my
any
son.
questions for our guests, please, for Christine, please put them in the Q&A. Let's see if we
Don't think I see one. Oh, where can we
where
follow my
can
work?
we follow your
Okay.
work?
So give me a Google. I'm very easily found. I'm most active on Instagram, and that is C Suggs Illustration. I'll go ahead and type that.
Yes. You can place that in the chat. Yeah. Christine, can you tell us, maybe do you have any advice for aspiring illustrators or authors on this who are watching today?
Yeah, totally. I would say start small, which is what we did with the drawing too. Start small, work your way up. I actually talked to some kids last night about, someone else, a middle schooler wanted to write a book, and I was like, yeah, just start, but you're probably not going to do a book right out the gate. And I started with 4-panel comics, just like really, really simple stuff. I actually started with journaling and just like drawing my journal for a while in high school. And then I moved up to posting comics online, and then I made those, a little longer, a little longer. I got up to like 10-panel comics. And then I don't think I would have been able to do a book if I hadn't started small. And, even then when I sat down to do the book, I was like, oh gosh, I've never done a 300-page book. I've only done like 10-panel comics on Instagram. So eventually you'll have to like make that leap into book. But for now, start small, make it fun, make it easy for yourself. There's a reason my book isn't about like cars, because I hate drawing cars and difficult things like backgrounds. So, I like drawing about myself. I like drawing my family. I like drawing food. And so I focused on a story that was all about that. Ooh, do I have a favorite picture book? Let me see. I'm trying to think. Um, I read a lot of comics, so I'm trying to think of not comics and particularly picture books. I would say Bodies Are Cool, I think is the name of it, and that's by Tyler Fetter, a good author friend of mine, and illustrator. She does amazing, amazing work in kind of the body positive and body neutrality space. And I just think her work is really cute and lovely.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about your book?
For sure, yeah. So my book is called Ay Mija, My Bilingual Summer in Mexico. And it is a memoir, and it is about teenage me going to Mexico City to stay with my grandparents. So I'm half Mexican, and I don't really look Mexican. I'm quite pale, and I'm also not fluent in Spanish. So between that and like the last name Suggs, that's not Mexican. That's from my dad, who is white. And I've always felt like I don't fit in either world. And so going to Mexico City to spend time with my family there really pushed me in the deep end of the culture and of Spanish. And I fell in love with it so hard. And it taught me a whole lot about really my heritage and what I could be proud of.
That's amazing. And that's a YA book, right?
Yes, it is. It's a YA graphic novel.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Christine, for being with us and sharing your work today. This has been fantastic. If you can provide, did you leave all the information in the chat with your how to find you online or
Yes, I
yeah?
can do that. I can type up
Yay.
website and all that stuff.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for tuning in. And don't forget to donate to the Middle East Children's Alliance today. And you can find us on IG and follow our newsletter in the chat too. And stay tuned because next we have Olivia Abtahi up. Thank you, Christine. This was
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
Thank you, Christine.
Really good to hear from you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Wonderful. And